Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here. And before I get started, I want to make it perfectly clear that I'm an idiot. I totally messed up my live stream last night. When I pulled up my Streamlabs, I couldn't get my chat to pop up, so I grabbed my phone and thought I would jump on there and watch the chat. Well, here's what happened, and I know it sounds stupid, but this is how I made that grave mistake of doing a live stream but talking on the wrong chat. I bought a lot of shirts lately, and several of them have sort of the same designs and a few of the same colors. And so when I was looking at my phone to get the chat up so I could see who was in the chat room while I was doing my live stream, the first one that popped up was my Sunday night live stream, and I was wearing a similar shirt. I mistook it for the one I had on, and well, if you saw the live stream last night, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I was on my own last night, and it just shows you that I've got a lot to learn, and I need to slow down when I get ready to do these live streams and make sure that everything's right. So in the future, I'm going to try not to do that kind of stuff. I want to thank my subscribers, and I want to thank the people who were on my live stream last night. Y'all supported me, even though I couldn't see what y'all were saying. I looked back at it afterwards, and I want to thank all of you for carrying the chat for me, because I made a total idiot of myself. But that happens, and I'm not going to cry over it, and it's not like I spilt my milk or anything, you know. We'll do another one, and it'll be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'll be doing another live stream, and hopefully I'll have my ducks in a row, and we won't have the confusion that we had last night. As I said last night, I'd like to thank my PayPal donators. Boston Girl, thank you again for your very kind and generous PayPal donation. The Great Dirtbag, thank you, sir, for your kind donation. You're a great patriot. Both of you are. But I want to talk a little bit about several different topics. I'm going to tell you, I was so upset over that live stream last night. I went to bed and went to sleep, but at 2 a.m. I woke up and it was bugging me to death. So what I did was I got up and I deleted that live stream from last night. I wasn't proud of it, and even though I lost my views, it was worth it, because I needed to clean that screw up off of my channel. I didn't want any new subscribers coming in and seeing that I've got a lot to learn. But anyway, we're going to talk about several different things today. And the first one I'm going to talk about is our Constitution. As one of its checks and balances, the Constitution allows Congress to impeach a president. He can be impeached for treason, bribery, or high crimes and misdemeanors. Well, we all know what treason is, and we all know what bribery is. But what exactly are high crimes and misdemeanors? For me, it's a little bit of a gray area. But scholars have debated this question for centuries. But now, finally, I can tell you exactly what high crimes and misdemeanors are. For this president, anyway. AOC and her band of socialists, they defined it for us. They made it really clear what high crimes and misdemeanors are. And high crimes and misdemeanors is when you insult a liberal. That's all I can come up with. You insult a liberal, and it's reason for impeachment. I mean, come on. They insult President Trump every day. But Trump tweeted something about these 4 congressmen: Ilhan Omar, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, and Ayanna Presley. He was telling them to go back where they came from. Is that the same as bribery and treason? Just telling them they needed to go back where they came from? Clean up their part of where they came from, clean it up, and do there what you're trying to do here. Go back to your Somalia, Ilhan Omar. Even though the other 3 were born in the United States, Ilhan Omar is a true refugee, and she hates America. So why is she here? Why is she sitting in Congress? I mean, she has a cushy job. But yes, she hates America. But America gave her everything that any immigrant would want, or any refugee would want. In my opinion, she's probably going as high in politics as she's going to go. I don't think she's going to live through the 2020 election, and I don't think that AOC is either. As I said last night, I can't remember her name, but there's a Republican that's going to run against AOC for her seat in Congress. And this Republican has a really good chance of winning if we turn out to vote. But you know how liberal New York City is, especially around the Bronx. Ilhan Omar hates America, and she proves it every time she opens her mouth. Omar compares the U.S. to Al-Qaeda. Can you believe that? America is a terrorist group or a terrorist country. But everybody knows that Ilhan Omar is a pompous ass. Pardon my French, but that's what she is, people. She's a pompous ass. I'm going to jump ship and go over to Mineral Wells, Texas. Well, the mayor of Mineral Wells wanted to create an ordinance. There was another ordinance similar to this passed in another town in Texas, so he thought it would be a good idea to pass this in his town of Wascom, Texas. Here's what happened. The mayor of Mineral Wells wanted to create this ordinance that says abortions or those who assist in them will be like Planned Parenthood or some of their affiliates. They would now be a criminal organization in that city. But the city council voted 5-2 against moving forward, saying it's not because of politics, it's about being sued by, and the majority president supported the anti-abortion ordinance. So the people that were there at this city council meeting, the people that were in the audience, they all supported this bill. But the city councilmen were afraid of being sued, or at least that's what they said was their reason. It couldn't be that they're just plain baby killers and support abortion and don't want to do anything to help a child. Got to remember, with the Democrats, it's all about killing our kids. It's not about saving one of them. But you know, it's just like everywhere else. Politicians do what they want to do, and they don't care what their citizens say. And this proves it in this little town of Mineral Wells. The law was passed in Wascom, Texas, but it certainly failed in Mineral Wells, and that's a shame. But you know, we've got a Planned Parenthood CEO by the name of Dr. Lena Wynn. She got fired this week. She was fired after a secret meeting, she said. She said that the meeting cited physiological differences and philosophical differences with a board that wants to double down on abortion. So she's trying to say that she got fired because she was so lenient on pushing abortion, and that Planned Parenthood was just pushing her and pushing her. But anyway, they fired her butt. But Sean Carney, I want to keep up with him. He's president and CEO of a new group called 40 Days for Life. And he says working for Planned Parenthood has to be the absolute worst job in America. Because, you know, Planned Parenthood murder over 332,000 preborn children every year. Carney said that Wynn was hired because she was a doctor. Carney also said she came in trying to legitimize Planned Parenthood as a health care provider. But as she was found out, Planned Parenthood is driven by abortion. So this Carney says that she came in there wanting to legitimize Planned Parenthood, to make it a true health care center for women. But I'm not too sure about that. But anyway, she came in and she found out that Planned Parenthood is all about abortion, and that's all it's about. Absolutely nothing else. I really don't know if Wynn came to Planned Parenthood to legitimize this organization, but it's plain to see that if it's true, she failed miserably, because she was only president and CEO of Planned Parenthood for 8 months before she was fired. So who knows what kind of evil demon we're going to get in there now. Many Planned Parenthood locations have closed. And remember, Planned Parenthood poured $30 million into Hillary's presidential campaign back in 2016. So that tells you exactly where Planned Parenthood let me get this out. So that tells you exactly where Planned Parenthood's head is. And it's right up Hillary's butt. You know, 40 Days of Life has saved over 16,000 babies from being aborted and has helped abortion workers. Get that. He's counseling abortion workers and getting them to leave the industry. And that's a great thing. I don't know how anybody could work for Planned Parenthood knowing that their track record on abortion. And especially if you happen to work in the abortion clinic as an employee there, I don't see how you can get up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror before you go to work. It just baffles me how people can be that way. But Dr. Wynn's exit from Planned Parenthood comes at a time when President Trump's administration is set to pull millions in funds from Planned Parenthood. As I said last night, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that Human Health Services can divert family planning funds from going for any abortion. Wynn said she came to Planned Parenthood to legitimize it, but she called Title X a devastating blow to Planned Parenthood. So how could she come to Planned Parenthood to make it a legitimate business when she said she was devastated about Title X? And all Title X is, it's been around for years and years. There's no reason to get upset with it now, but it's back in the news because we don't want to use taxpayer money to pay for these abortions. But it's devastating that we're not going to pay for the abortions for these women. People, it's crazy. The abortion industry is losing workers in droves, according to Carney. He said mostly because they have a change of heart about murdering preborn babies. And that's just what I was talking about. How can you look yourself in the mirror and do that kind of thing? Carney said that the strongest voices in the pro-life movement today are women who themselves have had an abortion. And I believe it. I believe it to be true. I know several people who have had abortions in their youth, in their young life, and today they regret it, and they are as pro-life as you can be, and they're very vocal about it. Maybe they're trying to, remove some of the pain from their memory about having to have an abortion or having an abortion for whatever reason. But I'm glad these people today are becoming advocates for our children instead of advocates to murder our children, as so many of these people are doing. I think some of the pro-life movement is really getting louder and stronger. I think we're becoming a louder voice as the days go by. And we're going to grow a lot more in this year. I have a feeling in my heart that we're going to make some strides for pro-life this year, and I'm certainly hoping so. I guess we'll all know come 2020, when the elections are over and said and done, then we'll have firm data. Just in case, if you're a prayer warrior, I want you to remember that the organization 40 Days of Life is planning the largest peaceful anti-abortion prayer campaign ever. And it's going to start September 25th and go through November 3rd. So it's going to be 40 days of prayer for our children. For our children still in the womb. We're going to be praying that they live. But after you get off of that topic, like I said, I've got a few topics. I'm just going to jump around. There's a big internet joke, and I'm sure y'all have all probably heard it, about plans to raid Area 51. Well, the people who came up with this thing and posted it on social media, and can you believe there's over 1 million people have already signed up to be there, and another 1 million are interested in going, and they want to come from all over the world. But they got a stern reply from the military, and the military doesn't kid around when you're threatening to storm one of their military bases, especially one with the security that they have at Area 51. I've been watching Area 51 for years and years and years, and I've heard all of the alien stories. I've heard all of the reverse engineering of spacecraft. I've heard all that stuff. And at one time, I was a true believer. Well, I don't know now. Certainly, I'm no scientist, so I don't know if there's alien life or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. But I do know that Area 51 is also used for high-tech spy planes and stealth technology and things like that for the Air Force. So some of these UFOs that they keep seeing at Area 51 just might be these test Air Force planes testing their stealth technology and all this new stuff that we're not even supposed to know about. But here's the whole story behind this. Area 51 is a secret military base in the Nevada desert. But now it's become the target of an alien conspiracy theorist and the people that he's got all up in arms. Many people have seen firsthand that the military doesn't play well with those people who want to uncover secrets being kept at Area 51. A lot of people have been arrested just for getting close to Area 51. And here are these people. Get this. Millions of people have signed up for an event called Storm Area 51. They can't stop us all. The event's planned for 3 a.m. on September 20th for this year. And for those who don't know, 3 a.m. is the devil's hour. So they're going to do this during the devil's hour. The creators of the page stated that their plans: we will all meet up at Area 51 Alien Center and coordinate our entry into the facility. These people are internet jokesters, and their plan includes battalions made up of aggressive people. And that's all that happened. He went on there with a joke about storming Area 51, and you've got people now, man, they can't wait to go. They're ready. They want to go up against our Air Force. They want to go up against our guns and storm Area 51. And get this. One of the people posting this bogus invasion posted this online. He said, "Hello, U.S. government, this is a joke, and I do not intend to go ahead with this plan." I don't know if he intended to go along with it or not, or if it was a joke. But it didn't take him long to start retracting his remarks. But it's gone too far. It's beyond him now, and he has no control over it. You know, Area 51 is a real military base, and it's run by the Air Force. And like I said, it's used for testing stealth technology. The base was denied by the government until 2013. It was declassified then by the CIA because of the U-2 spy plane. Testing at Area 51 has led to numerous reports of UFOs in the area, as I said, but of course, no UFOs have ever been confirmed. If people show up at Area 51 for this raid on the facility, I promise you, they will not be welcome. The Air Force at Area 51 say they will stand ready to protect American assets and secrets. That means they will shoot you. And they won't hesitate about it. I'm convinced either way on the alien issue. I'm just not convinced. But I wouldn't be surprised. Every president from Truman to Trump has dodged the direct questions about UFOs. And now 1.3 million people have decided that their intention is to raid Area 51. Even if half that people, or even a quarter of that people show up, heck, even a tenth of those people show up, it's going to be another Ruby Ridge or some other massacre. The military's not going to put up with this crap. And the organizer told the wannabe raiders that brave men and women who take on this mission are going to face ridicule from family and friends and the mainstream media. It's going to be a long journey until you meet up with fellow warriors in the desert. Everyone is asked to bring at least 2 drones, so security forces will be distracted by a swarm that will be more terrifying than an attack of killer bees. Make sure that your drones have a camera so we can get as much evidence as possible to share with the world on our day of glory. Do you see how this guy was pandering this stuff to these lunatics? Man, they jumped on that and they loved it. It was exactly what they've been wanting to hear, and now they have a reason. Be sure that you also have burial insurance, because once you scale that fence, you just might become a target for the military. So see, he told him you might get your butt shot off. Make sure you got burial insurance. And believe this, thousands of people have started GoFundMe pages for the victims of the upcoming massacre in the desert. Do you see how they're playing this, people? It's stupid. The event organizers now claim it's all a joke. But the military isn't laughing, and he sent him a stern warning not to be stupid enough to show up at the gates of Area 51. People, that just shows you how crazy these lunatics are. Anyone who would even consider storming a military base at 3 a.m. in the morning with thousands and thousands of drones, they're out of their ever-loving mind, people. But supposedly this was a joke. Okay, we'll call it a joke. How many people didn't get the joke? How many people have been sitting at home in their mom's basement playing alien video games, shooting and killing aliens for the last 20 years, 25 years, just sitting in the basement playing video games? These are the people. These are the people who are going to go on the bandwagon. They're going to say, yeah, finally, we the people are going to know the truth about aliens. We'll know the truth about aliens when the aliens decide to tell us that they're here. So, until that day, I'm going to withhold judgment. But I will tell you this much. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm glad you're here. I'm really sorry about the live stream last night. I'll try to be a little better at it in the future. This is a learning process for me. I've only been doing live streams for a couple weeks. So have patience with me. Thank you again for showing up last night. And thank you for watching this video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Hit the bell icon so you know when I go live or do a video. I want you to remember our children. Pray for our children. As I always say, pray for the exploited and the trafficked and the abused and the sexually abused children. And pray for our preborn children. Not just for those 40 days of life that's coming up in September, but every day. Remember our preborn children. Keep them in your prayers. Pray for me and Michelle at Forbidden Information that we'll be able to get the truth out there about the abortion issue in America. I'm Deplorable Bobby. Thank you for watching. And I'll see y'all on a live stream at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Hopefully, we can laugh at other things besides me tomorrow night. Talk to you then. God bless.